Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahushai, Barakata Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Mukakadesh, Barakatam, to you apostles, elders, bishops, Hakim Akwat, Stone, throughout the four corners of the earth, holding on in sincerity and in truth and diligence of mind to the gospel of the Lord HaMashiach Yahushai in these last days and times. This is Brahman Asher, DC Camp. Short lesson for the hopeful elect. Yep, so your affliction is part of this gospel. Alright, you're always going to be afflicted in this truth by the Lord to set you on that path of correction. Alright, that's the reason why you're in this. You're part of this ministry. Alright, you are part of this ministry so that you can receive salvation, and it is required that you suffer persecution for this, right? Alright, it's part of the requirements, just like the prophets were harassed by their own people, children of Israel. Expect that to happen to us too, and expect the enemies of the gospel and our enemies from the other nations to tap into that hatred. Alright? That's the reason why the Lord HaMashiach Yahushai prepared us for this journey. Alright? So that's what the Lord is doing unto his servants, the elect. He's giving us that opportunity to receive correction. So let me just go back to the proper foundations in the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 141. Alright, and you move to verse 5. Let the righteous smite me, it shall be kindness. Let him reprove me, and it shall be an excellent oil, which shall not break my head. For yet my prayer also shall be in their calamities. Alright? So it's very important that we endure what the Lord has given to us. Man, this spirit of correction is necessary for this ministry. And it's how you get affliction. The afflictions necessary, the chastening that is required for you to make it to the kingdom. Alright? Afflictions, chastening, that's all of the Lord. Sufferings, that's all you need, to set yourself up for salvation. It's your duty, your duty as an Israelite to accept reproof. Okay? So let's read from the book of Jeremiah, because we needed someone to bring forth the reproof, and that's what the Lord had to make way for it to happen. Alright, so Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 15 says, Why cry thou for thine affliction? Thy sorrow is incurable for the multitude of thine iniquity. Because thy sins were increased, I have done these things unto thee. So that's why we have to bear our cross. We have to receive the chastening of the Lord. We have to deal with the judgments that the Lord has set forth against us, not for our destruction, but for our redemption. Alright, it talks about that in the book of Baruch. Okay, and then verse 16 says, Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them. The Lord did not say some of them, all of them, every one of them, shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. So no one's escaping the judgment of the Lord. Alright, no one, not Not a single one of them is going to escape. The Lord is coming for all the nations that took part in our downfall and held us down too, that took advantage of our weaknesses, and maligned our path towards stability. So the Lord is going to make that judgment known very soon. All right, that's why this chaos is just part of what the Lord has set in that light. Okay, so we know exactly what's coming, and we understand what we have to prepare for. So we're not caught in by surprise, because the Lord already let us know ahead of time. Okay, so Revelation chapter 11, look at verse 3. It says, "And I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth." All right. So this represents the men of the Lord. All right, from the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, that will prophesy of what the Lord has put in their mouth to speak unto the people, the children of Israel, concerning what's to come. All right. And verse 4 says, "These are the 2 olive trees and the 2 candlesticks standing before the Most High of the earth." So that's what we are all being a part of. We're learning our lot in this truth to be prophets. All right. Prophesying what? In sackcloth, meaning they were in a low state. They are in mourning. All right. We're in affliction. All right. So that's exactly why the prophets were revered. Okay. Any opportunity they had to prevent a prophet from doing the will of the Lord, they were so eager, because our people wanted to do their own thing, and the Lord was not going to have none of it. So He had to bring the curses upon us and jack up the whole nation. All right. The righteous suffered for the deeds of the wicked. All right. So that's the way it's always been. The righteous has always been among the wicked. So that way the gospel can be made known to our people. Okay. That's why scriptures say that then shall you know a prophet has been among them. Why? Because the message has to be sent forth. Okay. So the Lord always kept that small sanctuary among our people, so they could understand that they're not alone. All right. The Lord set a prophet in key locations for our people to get this message. All right. So that's the way it works, man. The information is there, with the prophets. And that's how the Lord has set forth the ministry. Okay, wherever you have a prophet, you have our people there. that's the way the Lord has balanced it out. All right. So let me just get from the book of Baruch. I'll use a different film. So the book of Baruch, chapter 4. I'm going to read from verse 18 to verse 21. All right. So it says, "For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies." All right. "Go your way, O my children, go your way, for I am left desolate. For I have put off the clothing of peace, and put upon me the sackcloth of my prayer. I will cry unto the everlasting in my days. Be of good cheer, my children." All right. "Be of good cheer, O my children. Cry unto the Lord, and He will deliver you from the power and the hand of the enemies." Okay. So that's what The advice has always been. So Ezra was always among his people to preach the gospel unto them. Okay? All the prophets were always among the people to speak the gospel unto them. Alright? Wherever they were scattered, you always had the word of the Lord with them. Alright? So you always know our people always have that opportunity of hope. Prisoners of hope. Alright? So what else should I bring out from the book of Isaiah? Let's put this one out real quick. Isaiah chapter 53. Alright, let's see. So this is what happened to Yahushua. Alright, was prophesied here. He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows, and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not. Alright? So Yahushua was the embodiment of how our people treated the prophets. Okay? And verse 4 says, surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows, yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of Yahweh, and afflicted. Alright? And then verse 5 says, for he was wounded for our transgression, he was bruised for our iniquities. Alright? So I just read that from the book of Jeremiah chapter 30 and 15, that the Lord had to jack us up for our iniquities. So Yahushua had to partake of that suffering too. Isaiah chapter 53 verse 5. But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed. So that's clear. That's clear evidence of that the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua was going to suffer. That's proof. Okay, that's adequate proof to show you that what was said was going to happen, and it did take place. All right. So just to put this into another gear, go to the book of James, chapter 4. Look at verse 8. All right. This is what happens when you afflict your souls. When you're clothed in sackcloth, what are you doing? There's the answer here in verse 8. James 4 verse 8. Draw nigh to Yahweh, and he will draw nigh to you. All right. Cry unto the everlasting. All right. Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded. Yep. So these are words of encouragement. These are chastening words. These are strong words, words of advice for our people to strip themselves of irrelevant thoughts, mortal thoughts, and stick with what is necessary for the redemption of their nation. All right. Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. Yep. So we are preparing ourselves for the time ahead. The time of sorrows are coming upon the face of the earth. And how do you prepare yourself? By hearkening unto the word of the Lord. Alright, in verse 9 it says, be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness. Yahushua talked about as in the times of Noah, that's what they were doing, marrying and giving in marriage and having plans for successful business venture, thinking about long-term success and all that stuff upon the face of the earth. Yeah, so those people lost a great opportunity, to be delivered from the flood. And the Lord is telling us that we have another opportunity coming now to be delivered from the fiery flood that's coming upon the face of the earth, the nuclear destruction. All right. And what does verse 10 say? Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, that he shall lift you up. Lift you up into the chariots, above the clouds, out of the the what do you call it, man? The pit. All right, out of that pit of hell. Okay, the pit of hell. Lift you out of destruction that's coming upon the face of the earth. Lift you out of the lake of fire. All right, so you could be above the firmament, so you could sing that song, the song of Moses. Okay, so this is all we need, man, so you could partake of that deliverance, man. You know, you hear that seventh trump, and you hear it come up hither, and you meet the Lord in the clouds. Hey, that's exactly what we're looking forward to. And he shall lift you up. All right. So, book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 7, read from verse 2 to 4. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. Yeah, so it's time, we get our minds fine-tuned for the events that are coming upon the face of the earth, man. On who's in mourning? The prophets, sighing and crying for the abominations that are upon the face of the earth, that's causing their mind to lose necessary rest. Okay, the peace of mind that the prophets need is just constantly threatened by a corruptible rulership upon the face of the earth. Our people are upset. Crime is at an all-time high. The teenagers are just out of whack, man. They're messing things up. Ladies just purging their babies, and these abortion clinics and all that stuff. Adultery, drug abuse, mental health decline. It's just oppression. It's just swallowing up these people. All right. So verse 3 says, sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. So this is how you adjust your lens, all right, your spiritual lens, so you could focus, all right, get a clearer picture of what is required of you. You're able to understand what the world is going through, and you know how to adjust your actions so it could be 10 steps ahead of the calamities. All right. So another precept I need to show you is just from the book of Revelation, chapter 3. Look at verse 10. What does it say? Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, all right, the word of my affliction, the word of my sufferings, all right, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yep, so this is a promise that the Lord made to his servants, the elect. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Yep, so don't despise the chastening of the Lord. It's for your own good, so you can survive the hour of temptation, man. Because the economy is not as vibrant as it's supposed to be. All right, the boom is done. The boom is done. All right, so they're gonna keep on issuing all types of restrictions as per capital. in this place. Okay, so you just have to prepare yourself, man. All those days of having a luxurious lifestyle and have nothing to worry about, those days are fading away. Okay, yeah, we're in the time of war. And you know what that means. Lives gotta be lost, things gotta be destroyed, investments might be put on hold. In fact, are going to be put on hold. Yeah, so don't get tied up. Don't get tied up in a system that's on the path of self-destruction. All right. So First Peter chapter 1. Let's go to verse 13. What does it say? It says, "Wherefore gird up the loins of your mind, be sober, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought unto you at the revelation of Hamashiach Yahushai." All right. So it says what? Keep your mind intact. All right. Keep your mind in shape. All right. Stay focused. Focus on what you're supposed to focus on. That's what it means to be sober. Focus on the necessary things. All right. And then it says, and hope to the end for the grace that is to be brought. What grace is supposed to be brought unto you? Salvation. Yahushua said, endure unto the end, so you could receive the grace. All right, the everlasting life, the immortality that you need. All right, yeah. So Yahushua talk about everlasting life, immortality. So why don't you expect yourself to get that prize, to win that prize? All right. So you have to, man. You have to push yourself in that direction to win, man. You have to finish the race, man. All right. You have to finish the race. You got to finish the race. That's all it is. Okay. You don't ever drop out of the race. You have to finish the race. Okay. That's what it is. If you finish the race, that's all, man. It's not just first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. There's a medal for every position. Whoever comes last in the race still gets a medal. You know, still gets a medal. All right. Whoever drops out of the race don't get nothing. You know. So you have to remember that. So let's go to another chapter. First Peter's chapter 4. Look at verse 7. This should be the final precept. All right. So let's see. But the end of all things is at hand. All right. So the end of Esau's rulership is at hand. All right. The end of the rulership of the heathen. We are the final leg, you know, the last leg of the empire of Esau, man. You know, the vision of the king Nebuchadnezzar. We are that, man. We are the 10 toes. You know, we're getting closer and closer to that great millstone, side of the weight of a talent to crash, you know, into that idol, okay, into that image, and topple it. That's the time we're coming into. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober, and watch unto prayer. So get out of the way, man. Don't let that statue fall upon you, man. That's what the Lord Yahushua is telling you, man. Get out of the way. You know, move. Don't let that destruction land upon your own head, man. Get out of the path of the destruction coming. You know? Stay in the safe zone, man. Just like you have a demolition, you have to secure the block. Yahushua is securing the block, so get stand back. You put the caution tape up. You know, the scriptures are the caution tape. So you have to stay away from that destruction, you know. Stay away from that zone of destruction. That's how we're able to, to survive, man. So whoever shall hearken unto the word of the Lord shall be able to escape with his soul. All right. So that's the point there, Akim Abaratazar. You've been edified, and see you, Akim, in the kingdom. Shalom.